ended. The Clone War has.
That. You didn't need to post that. Why? Why did you post it? It's too late now to delete it.
All right. Turn that down a little bit. Before we get started, a quick self-care message. Make sure you drink water, take any medication you need, remember to eat what you can, breathe however you can, and stretch if you're able to. You are loved very much, you are valid, and people here care. I'm gonna take my meds, so I'll see you all in 1 minute. Alright, took me a little bit longer than I thought to take my meds, so I've gone a little bit over my timer. That's alright. I'm not on a strict time schedule, I'm good to just chill out a little bit. Alright. Let's make a quick change to the Star Wars lo-fi. And transition. Hello. Welcome to this. It's a stream. Hold on, just remembering how to stream. Hey Sardon. I almost exited out of the stream program, which is decidedly not how you stream. That's like one of the few things you can't do. I'm doing well. How are you doing yourself? It's been a little while since I last streamed, but I've got a lot going on that I think is gonna be pretty cool. And I don't know how much I'm gonna talk about it, but I've got some plans and I'm feeling good about it. So I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Alright, so what am I doing? It's a Star Wars tabletop role-playing game prep session. So right now I am writing the solo session I'm gonna run with Sophie to sort of introduce them to the system and sort of let them get a feel for their character. Yes. The Star Wars. Welcome to the Star Wars, everyone. Ooh. Here we go. Alright. So I've talked with Soph a little bit about their character. And from what I've gathered, oh, I'm glad to hear it, Sardon, and thank you. I'm glad that you're here for me to stream. so I can stream to someone. Appreciate it, pal. It's Star Wars time. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you. What did they say about their character? Their character wants connection, and their character thinks a lot of her interactions in life are very transactional, and she doesn't feel seen by the people around her. So, how do you start writing an adventure? Well, for there to be an adventure, there needs to be drama. In order for there to be drama, there needs to be some sort of tension, and then a resolution of that tension. So, how do we hook the character and sort of be Star, do Wars? Yes, that's one way of doing a Star Wars. So, how do you plan Sophie solo session a Star Wars story? You you figure out how to hook their character in, and that's sort of going to dictate a little bit of the tension, and then you work towards a satisfying release of that tension. So, because their character is motivated by looking for connection, that's a good place to start, right? So how do you hook their character in? Well, you give them something to latch onto that maybe offers to sort of fulfill, use actual hooks. That's one way of doing that. But in terms of like plot hooks, sort of latching onto and relating it back to their character's desire for connection. So the way I'm thinking about this is, it's going to start out, there's going to be some sort of offer of connection, some sort of appearance as though there is connection being offered. And then that's going to turn out to be false, and that's going to create tension. And then the resolution of that tension is going to be actually like making a friend along the way. So the question then becomes, how do you, in the Star Wars universe, how do you offer a character connection? Because I think that if you're in the sort of like crime, smuggling, scoundrel underbelly, you're going to be very hesitant to trust anyone. And so like your typical way of finding connection there is going to be difficult to actually accomplish. Mm-mm. I like what you're saying, Gary, but I feel like that's gonna feel very transactional to them, or at least to their character. So like, if their character is approached by someone looking to hide out, their character is going to be like, oh, this person's just being nice to me so that I'll help them. So I guess, how do you get a character into a situation? Or how do you convince a character that there's no ulterior motives and then it's just for connection? If this were a different character, I would have someone like pretend to be a Jedi and sort of use that prior established like credit and like the good name of the Jedi to sort of make themselves off to look really trustworthy and someone looking to just do the right thing. But Soph's character specifically doesn't know much of anything about the Jedi, so that won't work. I was thinking it was someone they already vaguely knew, like a charismatic bastard. That's certainly one way you could do it. But that feels a little bit too... that feels a little bit like sort of hollow to me. Like I could introduce and say, here, Soph, your character has a friend already, or your character knows this person already and trusts them, kind of. But that feels like sort of dodging the problem instead of actually facing it head on to sort of get some drama out of it. It's a tough one. Okay, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. So, let me lay out the picture. Soph's character, which is, her name is Zala, I believe. Thought it was gonna open. Yeah, so their character name is Zala Jakal. So Zala is going to be on a spaceship. So in transit on a civilian vessel. It's not a warship. Can have the vessel in transit on a civilian vessel. Better way to word this would be, Zala is traveling on a civilian vessel on her way to XYZ when the ship is attacked by pirates And I think if we set out this scenario, there's going to be a way for, during this, for someone to sort of help Zala in some way, without any sort of like prior discussion or conversation or anything. So it seems like it's a good-natured thing, right? Zala is injured during the initial blast and pinned under.
Do it.
Guess what? It's called a bulkhead? That's an upright wall. And pinned under.
Do it.
Under a beam. Simple. So we need to make a NPC. And I'm trying to think, who would Zala be inclined to trust the most? That's who I want this NPC to be.
I am the Senate.
Bulkhead is basically just ship for wall. Yeah, well, I don't want the whole wall to come down on her, so maybe that's not the right word. So Zala is a Rhodian. And I feel like she might be more willing to trust a fellow Rhodian. Rhodian names. Give me some Rhodian names. Fantasy names. Drig Plungol. Snevling Torrentia. Kuvis Helzatse. I love Star Wars. Bifotu. Zarfam Rarto.